What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Nap Family Racing. Man, I look really unexcited when you can't see my facial features moving. You just see my eyeballs. But we just cleaned the helmet with our, knocked it over, Slick Products glass cleaner. Didn't clean the visor, just pulled the top tear off. We weren't behind anybody the day that it was muddy, and the day that the track was good, it kind of just, everything brushed off. But in cleaning, I also put a new tape piece on, and I had a couple questions about the tape. So when it's up like this, it works as a sun block. So if I'm just sitting there waiting, the sun comes down into my eyes from up here. So this is like a sun visor now. And then when I pull it down, this isn't all the way clipped. I don't know if you guys can hear me through the helmet, but this isn't all the way clipped. There's still a gap between the visor and the helmet. So like Friday night when it was really cold and the fog blew in and stuff like that, if I pulled my visor down, it automatically fogged. I couldn't see driving through the pits halfway. I had to throw it all the way up. And on the track, obviously, I don't want to have it all the way up just in case. So I can bring it down and not seal it, so there's still airflow coming in and clearing out anything that might be fogging it up without having it up, and I still get the full protection. Now, if I do have it all the way down, what that'll do is give me a tremendous amount of hat hair, but it'll also mitigate the amount of dust that kind of is able to come in through the smaller cracks and stuff like that. Or this one doesn't have a front vent or anything like that, but it seals where most of that dust is going to come through. So it helps that way a bunch. But yeah, that was a common asked question, is why I had the tape on the visor, and it's kind of for multiple reasons. But that's an old school trick that I learned some years back, and I gave it a try and kind of never went back. So that's what I've been up to lately. Been doing some behind the scenes work, working on a little bit of that facelift that we were talking about for next year. Hopefully some pretty cool stuff is going to be able to be shared here in the next little bit. But yeah, just a lot of moving pieces that I'm making sure get tended to in an order that makes sense for us and is going to put us best in line for the deadlines that we're trying to meet. So up next will be, we've got to get a couple of parts sourced and sent in. I'm looking for the fastest and most cost-efficient way of getting them here. I've already got one. I've just got to wait until payday so I can get that thing sent in. And then, and then I also have to press order on our rivets so we can get the car, at least the left side, starting to get put back together, and then kind of go from there. I've got a lot on my mind. I'm just trying to figure out how much I can tell you guys. Yeah, that's enough for today. Saturday, we'll be out of the house for a couple hours, going to a friend's kid's birthday party. And then I'm thinking Saturday afternoon and into the evening, we'll get the car jacked up and really take a deep dive, maybe start pulling some stuff off of it. Because for the thing where it has to be mobile, I'd like to get the best results possible. So I want to make sure that everything in there is straight, and I can fix that with at least 2 pieces. And I think I have one of the pieces already. Actually, I think I have both of the pieces already. I just don't have the parts to put with them. So we need a wheel bearing, and I believe I need I might not need a new spring for that strut, but that's just, I think the shock tube might be bent at the base. So we're gonna pull that apart and see if we're bent, and if not, we might let it ride just long enough until I can get the stiffer stuff in here. All right, this feels a little bit better. We got the camera set up on the stand. We're out by the race car. But yeah, right now, we're just really, on one hand, I'm waiting on tracks to start dropping their schedules, which I've got months of waiting. I'm sure of it. Especially tracks that are undergoing, like, I know of at least one that's undergoing new ownership. So who knows? Sometimes those tracks are either the last ones to get their schedule out or the very first, because they want people to be excited and, you know, come to their track and make sure that their track's on their schedule. Because I've never done it before, but I would assume that purchasing a racetrack and a facility isn't $10, so they're trying to make back up some of that money that they spent on it. So they need butts and seats and cars on track. So we'll just have to kind of keep playing that waiting game. We've got a few things that I'm waiting on for the car, and some things that I'm looking into redesigning on the car as far as the body goes. But again, all of that is kind of on the back burner until we get this stuff at least assessed fully to where I know what all I'm gonna be digging into on it. I think we're gonna end up addressing that oil leak that we've got underneath it, just because why not? Oil pan gaskets aren't super expensive, and this one, the exhaust is already cut back on it pretty good, so if I do have to drop it, it'll drop fairly easy, and then it'll be out of the way and that panel will just come straight down. So yeah, right now it's hard for me to kind of tell you guys what the plan is, because I'm still in the plan making stage. I'm still, you know, making my list, and sorry, I can see something on the camera. Yeah, I'm still making the list and then trying to prioritize where everything goes on that list so I can put it over onto the whiteboard and get it all set up. But the month of October is kind of just been, well, at least the latter half, so the last 2 weeks of October are kind of just me getting my marbles back in their bag and figuring out how to get everything going in the direction that we're headed. So if there's anything that you guys want to see or want me to do on this while we're kind of waiting on things to line up, let me know. And excuse me, and we'll see what we can do. I'm really contemplating getting a hood from a salvage yard because this one's bothering me. So that's what I keep looking at, is the crease right here. But in due time, and we'll have to see how that bumper that we end up putting on it sits, and if it sits good, then we might let it ride. Kind of going beauty second, functionality first, until we can get it fully functional. Then we'll go full-blown beauty. But yeah, I've got some ideas in the works, and me and the rest of my team are pretty excited about it. Yeah, we're just, I don't know. This is peak off season. We're going to dirt track at Charlotte. Not with this, unfortunately, but we'll be there for the short track world championship, and I will also be there for the World of Outlaws, the dirt finale. So if you see me just walking around, or like I said, I'm excited to go see some family friends and old friends of mine that are still in the racing industry, whether they're officials or team owners or drivers that I haven't seen in a very long time, probably since like 2021. Yeah, 2021-ish, 2020, yes, 2021, out at like Gold Cup and stuff like that. So it'll be cool that a lot of my friends from the West Coast who are racing professionally are going to come all the way up to the East Coast, and I get to see them. So we're excited about that. I'm excited to bring you guys along for that. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I'm thinking about getting one of those selfie things and just going full-blown tourist through the entire pits. But we'll see. I've got about 3 weeks to figure it out. So other than that, I'll keep you guys posted. If I get any early release stuff that I'm willing to kind of sprinkle out there this early into the off season, I'll be sure to do that, and you guys just kind of stay tuned. We'll see you next time.